Okay, I'm ready. Oh!
Hey everyone, this is Jeff of Tau Fledermaus. If we get a package like this in this fancy little box, we know it was created by a viewer named Brian, and he calls these the Fisheye. Now, if you've never seen the You Make It, We Mock It series, it's where our viewers actually create little projectiles for us using whatever skills they've got, and then I've got to figure out how to load them up, and then we try to propel them at around 1,000 miles per hour. Now, I do require the creators to make the projectile to a certain spec, and that's around 0.675 inches, plus or minus about 5,000ths of an inch, and these are about as close as you can possibly want. Good job. Now, we're really flexible as far as weight goes. We can go from 5 grams up to about 50 grams in weight. The Fisheye weighs in at about 17 grams, or about 0.6 of an ounce. Now, in case you couldn't tell, the Fisheye is constructed of about 20 steel washers cast inside of some kind of a clear epoxy resin. And he just did a fantastic job making these things. They're all exactly the same and just beautiful looking. I really appreciate the workmanship with these things. The balance seems to be really good, and that will definitely help with consistency and accuracy. Now, I usually paint a stripe on the back of the Slug so that we can tell if it's getting good engagement with the rifling and getting the proper spin. And these should be spinning at about 30,000 RPM. We'll be using an FS12 gas seal, which acts like a little piston. On top of that, we'll put this cork wad. It just kind of acts like an additional cushion. It also helps seal the gases a little bit too. On top of that, we have our sabot, and that just fills the additional space so we have the right fit in the barrel, and it prevents the projectile from ever contacting the barrel. So that way, the creators can make the projectile out of almost any material, and our barrel is still protected. And this is what it looks like inside the 12 gauge shell. That space there will be filled with 18 grains of Alliant E3 propellant. Now, E3 is one of the fastest burning powders, and it works very well for lightweight projectiles such as this. Now let's head out to the test range and see how Brian's Fisheye projectiles actually function. You make it, we mock it. Oh, that's awful.
All right, we're back.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Tau Fledermaus, and today we're...
Perfect, man. You got the
There you go,
YouTube
yeah, there you
hand
go.
flail thing down. Perfect.
Yeah, perfect.
We don't do that here, though. Okay, what's going on, Zach?
Hi, so I'm back. I'm Zach from United Ammo. Today we're going to be shooting the Fisheye, aka Googly Eye slugs. These were from, I forgot his name. Brian! These are from Brian. Jeff already went over this in the voiceover, but it's just a bunch of washers. Looks like they're epoxied.
It's some kind of a resin. They're really well made. It looked like they were difficult to make.
They are extremely lightweight. This whole bag is about as heavy as one of those seismic slugs we shot a few weeks ago. So
He ain't lying.
we'll see how it goes.
Oh!
That is no recoil whatsoever.
Yeah, it's going to be very light. And it looks pretty like a good shot.
Now, it's pretty rare that we get this kind of luck on our first shot. Here comes the projectile spinning along, and we have really good stability. It didn't break apart. That's a good thing. But we usually start out with a really big target like that we can't miss, and then try to determine where the point of impact is going to be. And this one is about as dead-on accurate as you could possibly want. And that's a big surprise, and it's going to be a good day. Now, even though the dummy was wearing a Kevlar vest underneath the shirt, we were not able to recover or even find the projectile or any pieces of it. So let's move on to the next target.
Heck yeah. I saw something kind of flying back.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
In shot number 2, well, at least he didn't miss it, but we did have a little variation there. It shot a little bit high and to the right. Sometimes that's caused by just tiny little manufacturing differences between the slugs, and we'll see if that trend continues. And one thing I thought was interesting here is even after impact, the washers are all still spinning. Okay, let's check out the damage to our world's famous lead plate.
Backwards. Remember, it's like an arrow pointing towards us. That's not pointing towards us. It's the same way. There you go. Okay. It took me years of trial and error to figure that out. It shouldn't be that hard. Okay, so it shot a little bit high on that one.
It's tipping over. But yeah, shot a little high. You can see a nice little imprint where the washers were.
Here, point it this way a little bit. I'll try to zoom in there. Okay, yeah, hopefully they can see that.
Yeah.
I saw it spitting washers out all over the place.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, a brand new ballistic gummy bear, or newly cast. Let's see what it does to that. Anytime you're ready. Got it. So far, so good.
Now in this shot we had about the exact same point of impact as our last shot, a little bit high and a little bit to the right. The projectile passed all the way through the gummy bear without breaking up. And what's interesting here is this little green disc here. That is the base of the sabot. This should give you an idea of how much force is being applied to everything during the firing cycle. Now, even though we had really good support, the projectile acted like a punch and just kind of punched out that perfect circle. Now, fortunately, Brian used very strong materials so that the projectile itself didn't shatter. And as I mentioned, the projectile was a little bit high and to the right, and we'll take one more shot before we make any corrections.
Solid.
Once again, a little bit high and to the right. This is the third time in a row that we've seen this exact point of impact. We usually wait to see if there's a trend before we start making any kind of adjustments to the aim. So far we've used the same point of aim and we're able to see how well these things group, and they're doing pretty well.
You found it, and that's what it hydroed both the jugs, did a really good job on both of those, and then it hit the vest, and that's what it looks. Oh, it like lost all the resin on the outside.
Yeah, a little bit on the inside.
I didn't realize they were that small. Those are like 50 caliber washers there.
Yeah, they're also, it's really thick epoxy. I mean, I can't.
It's tough. I mean, just the fact that they're holding up to the pressures going through the rifling is a very, very tight fit. It's squeezing extremely tight around that slug, and it didn't break. So that's whatever resin he's using. It's some good stuff. Okay, we got a cinder block. That was Zach's idea. If it sucks, then it's his fault. No, I thought it was a good idea. It's showing something completely different type of material. See what kind of barrier penetration it'll do. Okay, I'm ready when you are. Oh, wait. He is aiming an inch low and a inch to the left. And see if it continues to do that. You can see a little dot there with an arrow. Okay, I'm ready. Wow, that was pretty good. I thought we'd just poke a little hole through it. Wow.
Zach made a slight correction to the aim, and now look at the accuracy of this. I can't think of too many factory slugs with that type of accuracy. That's just impressive. Now the resin jacket was stripped off of it. You can see it spinning off to the left there. The back of the block was blown out, but the slug didn't actually penetrate the back block. We can see the slug, if you look closely in the middle there, the slug kind of bouncing around inside there. Just the core of the slug, I should say, just the stack of washers. And bear in mind, this projectile only weighs 0.6 of an ounce, so for that kind of weight, that's pretty good.
Okay, we got an even smaller target, a lemon. Are you gonna use the California windage there?
I am.
Okay, take your time, because everybody's gonna criticize you if you miss.
Well, this is going to be the one that's actually accurate to the red dot. So.
Right, yeah. Okay, I'm ready. Oh, fantastic. That was...
You could not have asked for a better shot, I'm sorry.
The way it blew apart looked like a dead center shot.
A beautiful shot right on the nose. Zach's getting a lot more comfortable shooting shotguns, and his marksmanship is improving with every video. And looking at this type of accuracy, it's easy to forget that we are shooting handmade, viewer-created slugs.
Oh!
The projectile made it all the way through the 16-inch clear ballistic gel block. Unfortunately, the high-speed camera decided to shut down at this point.
Okay, introducing Cornelius, and a viewer suggested idea. Well, I'm pretty sure he was the first one to come up with a name for that. It is my own creation. I made my own mold, and if I can make something myself instead of buying it, that's my philosophy.
Yeah.
And inside the head, what do we have in there?
Well, there's some corn in here, and it's the Cornelius, and do you know where he's from?
Where?
Kern County.
Oh, gosh. Oh.
And the moment you've been waiting for, Cornelius! And he's doing a pretty good impression of the Terminator. Now, I was kind of surprised how tough that ballistic gel, that clear ballistic gel, actually is. It contained all that, and we have corn shooting out of the wound cavities in the front and the back. Now, when the gel gets too dark and used up for making the blocks out of, I wanted to make something creative out of it, and I thought the heads would be a really good, interesting target. I hope you guys enjoy it.
I didn't know what would happen. I thought the cam would blow up, but it kind of blew up inside of it.
Yeah, there's a bunch of flies all over the corn now. No, not a bad shot. Just a hair.
Oh, shut up. That's close enough, man.
That's gnarly. It did go all the way
I was going to put glasses on him, too.
Did go all the way through. Kind of hard to tell from this end, but I did see a wound with the corn juice. Where is it? I saw it earlier. No, there it is. Yep, right there. Almost impossible to see on your end, but...
Yeah. Pretty cool. Let's shoot it one more time. I thought we'd get one-time use out of this thing. We got one spare round, so let's do that, hitting it from the side and see if that's any better.
All right.
Okay, Cornelius part 2. Aiming at the ear or so? Okay, I'm ready. Oh.
I think this shot was a lot better than the first shot, a little more reactive, and it's graphic without being too graphic, if you know what I mean. Definitely a fun target. I've made 3 of these heads so far with different types of vegetables inside there, and we'll be getting a lot of suggestions on what other things we can put in there by our viewers, and we will definitely try those.
That's what corn looks like. I'm sure we'll get 1,000 suggestions for, you know, tomato sauce and stewed tomatoes, and this is just what I had on hand.
Yeah, well, I mean, if we bring out some tomatoes, some beans, and some ground beef, we'll have some chili out here before too long.
I don't want corn in my chili, though. That doesn't go well with me.
It's actually better than you think it is.
That's more.
But does your chili have beans, or is it no beans?
if it has beans, if I want beans in it, that's all. But
that's going to be a great
beef,
debate.
Chili con carne is the way to go.
That's going to be a great
beans
debate.
There's nothing wrong with beans.
Comment section. Everyone's going to say, no, real chili doesn't have beans.
That's right. That's right. It's a different. It's just a different creature. They're still good.
Comment if you think I'm a psychopath for liking corn in my chili, though, because that's actually really good.
That's like a Tex-Mex thing, exactly. I think.
Santa Fe style, baby.
It's a Caucasian thing. I don't know.
But, well, anyways, back to the video that we're shooting.
Oh, yeah. Before we run out of SD card again.
Right. I hit sideways. To me, it looks like it almost hit the exact same wound channel that the other one did, and the high speed that you're gonna see.
It looked pretty cool. You haven't seen it. You won't see it until I post the video.
No, gave up on looking over your shoulder on that little tiny screen.
Yeah. But it's kind of cool what happened there, and you dead centered that shot there. It's right in the dead center of the can.
Yeah.
So something with a little, like tomato sauce or something, might be a little more energetic or something. There should have been water in there in that corn, of course. But for the first try, I'm pretty happy with Cornelius. No,
I think that's this guy has a great future on the channel.
Oh yeah, yeah. You'll see more of them. Okay.